Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into a genuinely transformative development taking shape right now in India. It's a story that isn't just about a new drug, really, but about how we're fundamentally rethinking these widespread health challenges that impact millions all across the globe, actually.
Absolutely. It's Thursday, June 26th, 2025. And yeah, a monumental announcement has just landed from India's Central Drugs Standard Control Organization, the CDSCO. And like you said, this isn't just another routine medical update. It feels like it could be a potential watershed moment for public health, especially, given the sheer scale of the population it could potentially touch.
Totally agree. So our mission in this deep dive really is to unravel why this particular development, Eli Lilly's Mounjaro KwikPen, getting this landmark approval, why it's so important, and who precisely stands to benefit, and what this could truly signal for the future of health management, not just in India, but maybe everywhere. We've gone through the research, the clinical data, the official reports, trying to bring you the core insights.
Yeah, and you might be asking yourself, okay, why India? Why is this approval such a big deal right now? But what we found here, digging into it, I mean, the insights about the body's intricate metabolic pathways, about the evolving strategies to combat chronic conditions like diabetes and obesity, and just the sheer pace of pharmaceutical innovation, it's universally compelling, really. These are insights that kind of shift our understanding of health wherever you are.
Right. And that's what this deep dive is all about, isn't it? We've meticulously pulled together the essential nuggets, those surprising facts and those aha moments, to give you a shortcut, basically, to being truly well-informed without feeling totally overwhelmed. Think of it as, I don't know, that insightful chat you wish you could have with an expert over coffee. So to really grasp the gravity of this, we needed to set the scene, particularly the health landscape unfolding in India right now, because when you look at the numbers, well, they're not just statistics, are they? They paint a pretty stark picture of an urgent, ongoing health crisis.
They absolutely do. I mean, consider this. India currently has an estimated 101 million people living with diabetes. That number alone is staggering. But here's the really concerning part. Nearly half of them, maybe even more, are either undiagnosed or just not receiving adequate treatment. It's not just a leaky tap. It's like a massive overflowing reservoir that urgently needs a comprehensive solution, not just a patch-up job.
And it's not just one issue in isolation, is it? We're also confronting this rapidly escalating obesity epidemic, something like 6.5% of Indian adults, which, I mean, astonishingly translates to roughly 100 million people are living with obesity. Just think about that. That's a population larger than many European countries, carrying not just, physical weight, but this immense burden of associated health risks. It's like a ticking time bomb.
That's the critical connection, exactly.
Yeah.
Diabetes and obesity are often, well, two sides of the same coin. They frequently coexist and they make each other worse. So many individuals living with diabetes also grapple with obesity, and that significantly increases their risk for a whole cascade of other serious conditions. We're talking heart disease, high cholesterol, even certain cancers. It's this really complex, interconnected challenge.
So why? What's driving this on such a, profound scale? I mean, beyond the known genetic predispositions, right? We're seeing these huge societal shifts.
And urbanization, yeah.
More sedentary jobs, less traditional physical activity. That's a major factor. But also, the dramatic adoption of highly processed, calorie-dense foods, replacing more traditional diets. It's really created a perfect storm, unfortunately. And it's led to India being labeled by some experts as the diabetes capital of the world, with projections. I saw projections soaring to maybe 124 million diabetics by 2045. That's a really sobering thought.
It truly is. And this urgent backdrop, this context, it really makes the arrival of Mounjaro KwikPen feel like, well, not just another medical breakthrough, but a critically needed new strategic tool, a powerful weapon in the fight against this burgeoning public health emergency.
Okay, so let's pull back the curtain then on this new player. What exactly is Mounjaro KwikPen, and what makes it such a significant leap forward? Why all the buzz?
Okay, so at its core, it's a molecule called tirzepatide. Eli Lilly developed it. What makes it genuinely groundbreaking, a true sort of paradigm shift, is that it's the first and only dual GIP and GLP-1 receptor agonist. And this dual action, it's not just an incremental improvement, it's fundamentally changing how we approach metabolic disease.
Right, those acronyms GIP and GLP-1, they might sound a bit like alphabet soup to some people. But maybe think of your body's metabolism like a finely tuned orchestra. Is that fair? GIP and GLP-1 are maybe like two key sections, let's say the brass and the strings, each playing a vital role in regulating your blood sugar and your appetite. So what Mounjaro does is essentially enable these two sections to play in perfect harmony, much more effectively than if they were just playing solo. It's like a comprehensive metabolic tune-up.
That's a great analogy, precisely. This synergistic action allows it to tackle multiple facets of metabolic dysfunction at once. So its approval covers adults with type 2 diabetes, specifically for improving blood sugar control. That's one major part. But what's equally impactful is its approval for chronic weight management. That's in adults with obesity, so a BMI of 30 or higher, or those who are overweight, BMI of 27 or higher, provided they also have at least one weight-related condition, like high blood pressure or sleep apnea.
And this is a really crucial distinction, right? Mounjaro isn't a standalone cure-all or a magic bullet. It's a powerful and, yeah, sophisticated medical tool, but it's always intended to be used alongside those foundational healthy lifestyle changes. So a balanced diet and regular physical activity, it's more like an accelerator, maybe, not the entire vehicle.
Definitely. Let's maybe dive a bit deeper into how it actually works. For people with type 2 diabetes, the challenge often lies in, well, either the body not producing enough insulin or the body's cells not responding properly to the insulin it does make. Mounjaro works by signaling the body to produce more insulin, but specifically when blood sugar levels are high.
Yeah.
So it's smart. It effectively makes that key to get sugar into your cells work better.
Yeah.
And it also significantly enhances how sensitive your cells are to insulin, helping them absorb sugar more efficiently, like giving the system a helpful nudge.
And for weight management, that mechanism is actually quite fascinating, too, because it seems to address the core biological drivers of hunger, not just willpower. So Mounjaro works on multiple levels, right? It acts directly on the brain's hunger centers, reducing cravings and that overall drive to eat.
That's right.
But it also subtly slows down how quickly your stomach empties after a meal, which means you feel fuller, more satisfied for longer.
Yeah.
That's a remarkable combination. It tackles both the sort of psychological and the physiological sides of appetite.
Exactly. And what's truly groundbreaking about this dual GIP-GLP-1 action is how comprehensive the impact is. We see significant improvement in insulin secretion, which optimizes blood sugar control. It also reduces glucagon levels. That's another hormone that raises blood sugar, leading to more stable readings overall. The enhanced insulin sensitivity is key for getting sugar into the cells. And critically for weight management, yes, it delays gastric emptying for that prolonged fullness. It profoundly regulates appetite to reduce hunger signals, and importantly, it drives substantial reductions in actual body weight, and specifically fat mass. It even seems to help regulate lipid utilization, how the body handles fat. The synergy between all these effects is what delivers such impressive results.
And the results really do speak for themselves, don't they? Clinical trials have consistently shown individuals achieving pretty remarkable weight loss, often up to 20 kilograms, which is, around 44 pounds, over a 72-week period. That's not just shedding a few pounds. That's potentially a life-altering change that can significantly improve a person's overall health trajectory.
Pretty impressive, right? Now, beyond the science, there's the practical side, the delivery system. That makes a huge difference in real-world use. How does the KwikPen itself contribute to this breakthrough?
Yeah, that's a vital point, especially for patient adherence, for people actually sticking with the treatment. Mounjaro comes in this KwikPen. It's a pre-filled multi-dose pen. And the sheer convenience lies in its once-weekly injection schedule. So no daily injections, no complicated preparation or mixing. It's really designed for simplicity and ease of use.
So how much difference does that really make, that kind of convenience, in terms of people actually taking it consistently and long-term success? I mean, we're talking about managing chronic conditions here. Consistency is absolutely everything. Oh, it's enormous, huge. For chronic conditions, any complexity in the regimen often leads to missed doses. People just get tired of it or forget. The KwikPen simplifies that massively. Each pen delivers 4 fixed doses, and it's available in a range of 6 strengths from 2.5 milligrams right up to 15 milligrams. So this flexibility, combined with that simple once-weekly schedule, it genuinely empowers patients to stay on track. It removes a really significant barrier to consistent care. So just to be crystal clear, Mounjaro has very specific indications, specific groups it's approved for. It's for adults diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. The main goal there is to help them achieve better control over their blood sugar levels, which, as we discussed, is a huge lifelong management challenge.
Right. And importantly, for chronic weight management, it's indicated for adults living with obesity that's a BMI of 30 or higher, Or for those who are overweight, BMI 27 or higher, but they must have at least one weight-related health condition. Things like high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol or even sleep apnea. The key is it's for medically significant weight challenges, not just cosmetic weight loss.
Absolutely. Yeah. As we've really tried to underscore, this is always intended as an adjunct, something used alongside a commitment to diet and exercise, not instead of. So if you're out there battling persistent weight issues that are impacting your health or really struggling to manage your diabetes effectively, this could potentially be a pivotal step forward, offering a genuinely new pathway to better health outcomes. But always in consultation with your doctor.
Okay, those are the clinical indications. But what does this actually mean for real people in real lives across India?
Yeah.
Let's try and make it personal.
Yeah.
Let's try and put some faces to these numbers and explore the kind of real-world impact this approval could actually have.
Yep.
Imagine someone like Ramesh, say, a 45-year-old guy in Mumbai.
Okay, so Ramesh, let's say he's battled type 2 diabetes for a decade. And despite his best efforts with diet and exercise, his weight has slowly crept up and his blood sugar remains stubbornly high. Just couldn't get it under control. His doctor tried various medications, maybe metformin, maybe others, but that really comprehensive control he needed seemed just out of reach. Then, with Mounjaro, maybe after a few months, Ramesh starts seeing his blood sugar readings stabilize like they never have before, and he begins shedding weight steadily. Importantly, without that constant gnawing hunger he'd always experienced with dieting before. For the first time in years, maybe he feels a genuine sense of agency over his health, It's a renewed optimism.
Okay. Or maybe consider Priya, a 35-year-old woman from Delhi. Let's say she's always struggled with her weight, and it wasn't just physical for her, it deeply impacted her confidence. And with a family history of high blood pressure, maybe prediabetes looming, she was deeply concerned about her future health.
Right. So for Priya, perhaps Mounjaro helps quiet that constant food noise in her head, making it easier for her to make sustainable dietary changes without feeling deprived. Over time, she sees significant weight loss. And crucially, maybe her blood pressure starts to normalize, moving her away from the edge of those inherited health risks. These aren't just, hypothetical stories we're making up. They represent the kind of profound, tangible changes this drug could bring to countless individuals, offering them a fresh start, really, on their health journey.
Those stories are really powerful, but they do bring us crashing back to a critical real-world challenge: accessibility. India's healthcare system, as we know, is already operating under immense pressure, stretched thin. Introducing a new advanced medication like Mounjaro, well, it immediately begs the question of how widely it can truly reach those who need it most.
That's the absolute core hurdle, isn't it? While specific pricing for India hasn't been announced yet, generally, these kinds of breakthrough medications typically come with a higher price tag, at least initially. The real concern is whether it becomes a therapy predominantly available to, a privileged few who can afford it out of pocket or have excellent insurance, rather than transforming public health on the mass scale that's needed. The true measure of its impact ultimately will be its widespread availability and affordability, not just its efficacy in clinical trials.
Exactly. We've seen incredible advancements in medicine before, but the equitable distribution of these innovations, it remains a persistent, difficult challenge globally. The ultimate goal, and I'd argue the ethical imperative, has to be ensuring this powerful new tool reaches the millions who need it most, truly democratizing access to better health.
So to sum up, India's approval of Eli Lilly's Mounjaro KwikPen, it marks an undeniably significant stride forward. A leap, really, in the relentless fight against those intertwined epidemics of diabetes and obesity. This first-of-its-kind dual-action therapy offers immense promise, fundamentally reshaping how millions could potentially achieve more stable blood sugar control and sustainable weight loss. And that could avert countless downstream health complications. The potential is huge.
Yeah, and while this is incredibly exciting news and really a testament to scientific ingenuity, let's just be really clear one more time. It is a powerful tool, but it is not a magic wand. Always consult with your healthcare provider, your doctor, to determine if this is the right option for your individual health profile and circumstances. And never forget that the cornerstones of health-consistent, mindful diet and regular physical activity remain absolutely essential. This enhances, but it certainly does not replace, those foundational efforts.
Absolutely. And this breakthrough, really, and the hope it carries, it prompts a pretty profound question for all of us, I think. As humanity continues to unlock these incredibly powerful new medical frontiers, how do we as a society ensure that these innovations genuinely reach everyone who stands to benefit? How do we transcend those economic barriers and truly democratize access to life-changing health outcomes, not just in one country, but globally?
A truly vital question to ponder as we look towards the future of health and medicine. Something for you to mull over. Stay well, stay informed, and keep asking the big questions. That's what we're here for.